Harper Audio presents Stepdog by Nicole Galland, performed by Kevin Marron. Part 1. Chapter 1. So there I was in peril of my life because, at the end of the workday 8 months earlier, my lovely brunette boss sacked me. Not my fault. I'm great at what I do. It was the funding. And I panicked, same as that. I read in the Boston Globe horoscopes that Aries people are supposed to be impulsive. And maybe there's something to that, because before I knew it, sitting across Sarah's little cubicle from her on that stupid little plastic chair with hollow metal legs, I'd grabbed her and was kissing that beautiful face, rather than just saying something reasonable like, "But Sarah, if you sack me, I'll miss seeing you every day." It was an amazing kiss. She had gorgeous lips. But then it was over, and I pulled away and saw her startled green eyes and realized what I'd just done, and I was mortified. "Jesus, I'm sorry, Sarah," I said. "I'm so sorry. I don't know what got into me." Her eyes were practically popping out of her head, and for a moment I thought she would slap me. But she burst out laughing. Took it really well, especially because then she rolled her chair closer, moved her face in close to mine, and her gaze moved back and forth between my eyes and my mouth. And then fuck me if she didn't kiss me. So then I kissed her, and then she kissed me, and then I kissed her, and then we slid right off our chairs onto the industrial carpet. "Goodness," she grinned. "I didn't see this coming. I should have fired you sooner." "I wish you had," I said heartily. "I'd much rather be snogging the prettiest bird in Boston than fiddling Ravel for a bunch of tossers looking at oil paintings." She burst out laughing again, charmed by my Irish eloquence. So on the heels of that, which honestly took me by surprise no less than her, we obviously had to leave the museum together and figure out what the hell had just happened. I'm not sure which of us even suggested it. Well, I suppose it must have been me, as I'm usually the one does all the talking. It was about the last thing I ever would have expected an hour earlier, but there I was, nearly skipping up the employees' exit ramp, next to a gorgeous short-haired brunette with teasing green eyes. I knew those eyes so well. They were my friend Sarah's eyes, my boss's eyes. I'd always loved their beauty, but somehow now, all of a sudden, I was mesmerized by them. I was so giddy and in that kind of humour that I left my fiddle behind in her cubicle and didn't even notice. She slipped off her suit jacket and tucked it under her arm, and suddenly her outfit was no more than a green linen sundress. Sacking aside, the day just kept getting better. We strolled through a warm evening breeze past the grand facade of the museum down Huntington Avenue, unspeaking in our mutual delighted shock. We should have been talking about why the funding ran out for the guest artist programme, or was it possible to find another funding source, or something related to why I had just been let go. But I was too giddy. All I could focus on was that I'd just kissed the most fantastically gorgeous woman who had been hiding in plain sight right in front of me for months. And far more amazing, she'd kissed me back. What had been a warm, playful friendship shifted all of a sudden, without explanation, to something else. Like a door had suddenly opened and bang! We got to invent whatever was waiting on the other side. I felt tickling in my lower ribs, and under my feet, and down the back of my neck. Like a starting pistol was about to go off for a race I knew I could win. Where had this even come from? Oh, Jesus. Had I just been saying all of that out loud? Or had I maybe not been saying anything at all? Better say something normal and mundane, I decided, just to make sure this isn't a dream. "I'm starving," I said. "Let's eat," she said quickly. Decisive. I liked that about her. "Italian?" "Twist my arm," she said. I was going out to dinner with Sara Renault.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?